least tatlong motorist sa likod ko. Merong isang motorist sa likod ko at i-overtake na niya ako ngayon. Paano ka lalaman? Tara! Good morning guys! Welcome back sa channel natin, Phil Cycle Life. Dito tayo sa Vermosa ngayon. Kakatapos lang natin mag-ensayo. So kanina papunta dito sa Vermosa, nakita natin na alam ko na may kotse sa likod ko at palapit na siya sa akin. So paano ko ba nalaman yun? Yun ay dahil sa Garmin Varia RTL515. So yes, for this video, magpa-product review tayo. For full transparency, hindi tayo sponsored. So binili natin yung Varia with our own money. So this product review will be based purely on my own thoughts and my experience as well. In short, unbiased review to. To start with, bakit ko nga ba binili yung Varia in the first place? Obviously, yung dahilan kung ba't ko binili yung Varia ay dahil sa safety feature na ino-offer niya, which is an early warning device that lets me know kung ilan yung mga motorists sa likod ko approaching me at kung ano yung distance niya from me. But actually, yung Garmin Varia, may mga kapatid yan eh. Meron yung RVR, meron din yung RCT. So bakit yung RTL yung pinili ko specifically? Yung RVR kasi, yun ay yung radar lang talaga mismo. Yung RCT is a radar, taillight, and a camera that records should anything happen to you. And yung RTL is a radar and a taillight. So kaya ko pinili yung RTL ay dahil talaga sa battery life. Yung RVR, ang max battery life na makukuha mo dun ay around 7 hours. Yung RCT, 6 hours. And yung RTL, depende sa settings mo, will give you a maximum of 15 hours. At napaka-importante nun sa atin. Kasi syempre, alam mo naman, mahilig tayo mag long rides. Mahilig din tayo sumali sa mga long distance events tulad ng ODAX. So, Garmin Varia RTL515, pag-usapan pa natin to. Starting with, ano ba yung nakukuha natin out of the box? Syempre, we have yung RTL515 unit. We also have a quick start manual to get you started on setting up the device and using it. Merong micro USB cable for you to charge the Varia device. Meron din Garmin stickers, and it comes with a seat post mount with 3 different kinds of adapters for 3 different kinds of seat posts. So itong mga seat posts na to are an aero seat post wherein yung slot para sa seat post ay medyo manipis. Meron yung D-shaped seat post wherein yung likod ng seat post ay flat. Normally, you'd find this kind of seat post sa mga giant bikes or giant TCR. And yung mga round seat post, which is currently what I'm using. Of course, para mas secure yung seat post mount to the seat post, may kasama na rin siyang elastic bands. So with the contents of the box out of the way, pag-usapan naman natin how to set up the device. First, of course, you have to mount the Varia unit onto the seat post mount, and doing so is quite easy, and it's very similar to how you would mount your cyclocomputer to their respective mounts. You just simply align the back of the Varia, yung mukhang pang mount doon, align it, and then twist it a quarter turn, and secured na siya. From my experience, this seat post mount is very sturdy and secure. Wala pang instance wherein naging loose yung mount or nahulog yung Varia at all. So, it's sturdy and it's secure. Once your Varia is safely mounted already, we turn on the device and we pair it with our cyclocomputer. In my case, it's an Edge 530. So, doing so is very straightforward, and it's pretty much the same as to how you would pair your different kinds of sensors, such as a heart rate, speed, or cadence sensor. I just go over to sensors, and I have to pair it as 2 things, a radar as well as light. Radar, of course, para ma-transmit yung information na nakaka-capture yung radar to my cyclocomputer. And that's really how many vehicles are behind me and approaching me, as well as their distance. Light, so that it can form a light network. So what does this light network mean? Light network basically allows you to change the light mode of the Varia unit on your cyclocomputer. So on the fly or while you're on the bike. So pairing only has to be done once. And for your succeeding rides, once you on your cyclocomputer and the Varia unit, they are already automatically paired together or connected. It's nice to know as well that the integration between the Garmin Edge computer and the Varia unit is seen on display. A good example of that is anytime I start a ride, magti-trigger na yung light, so mag-on na siya. And when I stop a ride, or when I'm done with my ride, and I click save ride, for example, mag-off na yung ilaw. And this is a good way to save battery, I guess. But speaking of light modes, let's talk about yung four different light modes that the Varia unit offers or the RTL515 offers, as well as yung respective battery lives nila. So there are four modes: a solid mode, a night mode, a peloton mode, as well as a day flash mode. So the solid mode is basically solid lang talaga yung ilaw, and that gives you around 6 hours of battery life. We also have the peloton mode, which is solid, but it's like a dimmer version, and this gives you around 8 hours of battery life. Peloton mode is usually used para hindi when you're in a peloton, para hindi masyado masilaw yung mga nasa likod mo. And the night mode is like a slow glowing type of light, which gives you 6 hours of battery life. But when we use the day flash mode, which is what I'm using, it can give you as much as 15 hours of battery life, 15 to 16 hours. Now, from experience, I have had long rides na yung elapsed time niya ay around 10 to 13 hours. And when I check the battery level of the Varia unit after those rides, may few bars pa, which is good for a few more hours. So I think yung claim ng Garmin for yung battery life niya is pretty much legit. And I find as well yung day flash mode to be more than enough both during the day and nighttime use. Ang feedback na nakuha ko sa mga friends ko ay kitang-kita ako sa malayo. Yung brightness ng flash, kitang-kita talaga. Now we move on to compatibility. So, syempre, the RTL515 being a Garmin device, it's compatible with all Garmin Edge computers. It's also compatible with some Garmin watches, but hindi ako sigurado kung anong models yun. If you know, do comment down below. So, thank you for that. It's also compatible with Wahoo cyclocomputers as well as Hammerhead cyclocomputers. And for the other brands, I'm not so sure. But again, if you do know of any other cyclocomputer brands that the Varia can be paired with, do comment down below. So thanks for that. So I guess one question is, if I don't have a Garmin cyclocomputer, if I don't have any of the devices that are compatible with a Varia unit, can I still use a Varia unit? And the answer is yes, especially if you use your smartphone as your cyclocomputer or to track your activities. Because Garmin has developed an app called the Varia app, and this allows you to basically receive the same kind of information as you would if you were to pair it to a compatible cyclocomputer. All you have to do is download the app, pair the Varia unit, and you're set to go. So, pag-usapan naman natin yung functionalities ng RTL515. It can detect approaching vehicles from behind as far as 140 meters. So, it can detect mga buses, trucks, cars, motorcycles, tricycles. Very rarely nakaka-detect siya ng cyclists. This has happened to me only maybe 2 or 3 times. This happens when yung speed ng cyclist sa likod ko is considerably faster than yung takbo ko. Meron din siyang color coding feature pag may approaching vehicle from behind. Basically, amber means may approaching from behind, red means approaching ng mabilis, and green means all clear na siya. The Varia RTL515 can also detect 8 vehicles at a time. So yun yung max na pwede niya ipakita sa screen. Minsan, pag nakaka-overtake ako ng kotse, it takes a while bago mag-register yung kotse na yun sa cyclocomputer ko. I think the reason being is because in-overtake mo siya, so yung takbo mo is faster, hindi siya approaching sa'yo, and you're very well aware kung nasan siya kasi nga in-overtake mo. But the moment na mas mabilis na yung takbo ng kotse sa akin and approaching na siya sa akin, dun siya nagre-register. So may konting delay lang dun. So far, in terms of accuracy, I'd say mga 98-99% of the time yung nade-detect ng radar is very accurate. Bihira pa lang, or I can't even remember kung kailan nagkaroon ng time na hindi ako aware na may kotse na parating sa likod ko at katabi ko na siya. This device is very useful for everybody who's cycling, especially mga nagko-commute, no? The other week lang, nag-city ride ako, and meron akong backpack sa likod ko. So given that, ang hirap mag-shoulder check kasi hinaharangan ng backpack yung view ko. But with the Varia device, I was more confident kasi nakikita ko kung ilan yung nasa likod ko eh. So those that mostly city rides or even yung mga long rides, as well as yung mga bike to work, this would be very useful for you. But you might ask din, pwede naman mag-shoulder check, pwede naman, or hindi, pwede naman marinig yung oncoming vehicles. That's true, but for the distance of 140 meters, honestly, pag na-detect siya as far back as that, pag nakikita ko sa cyclocomputer ko and I look back, hindi ko siya makita eh. Hindi ko pa siya makita. Maybe because hindi pa ako ganun ka-flexible, but even in terms of sound, hindi ko pa siya naririnig. So it's a very useful device. Of course, the Varia device and your cyclocomputer reminds you always to still shoulder check, and I strongly recommend that as well. Another nice feature din about the Varia device is when I come to a stop and nakapause yung ride, say tumigil ako sa gilid, nagiging in a way mas sensitive siya, nakaka-detect siya ng mga tao na naglalakad sa likod ko, so it makes me more aware of my surroundings. So in a way, it really does provide safety, whether you're on the bike or at the side na nakatigil lang, nakapause yung ride mo. And pag nakadetect siya ng vehicle, yung flashing pattern niya nagiging somewhat mas intense, and this makes the approaching motorist more aware of your presence. It makes you more visible as well. So given all the information na napag-usapan natin so far, I think it's time na makita natin in action yung RTL515. So tara, let's have an actual demo of the device. Okay, so for the demo, lumipat tayo dito malapit sa entrance ng Vermosa kasi medyo mas busy dito in terms of yung traffic. So makikita natin yung mga kotseng papasok. We also have yung phone natin para ma-video natin at the same time yung cyclocomputer at pag may approaching vehicle, makita niyo yung timing kung paano siya nag-work. So maghintay lang tayo ng kotse or motorcycle na pumasok and we'll see the Varia device in action. So yung distance nito from yung entrance ng Vermosa is a good 160 meters. So pagka-turn, after a while, dapat ma-detect niya. Shout out! Yun, meron tayong new subscriber. Shout out daw. Ano pangalan nyo, kuya? Ken. Okay, maraming salamat. Ingat kayo. Ingat. Okay, so merong approaching na sasakyan. Ayan, na-detect na niya. So as far back as that, na-detect na niya. Malapit na siya. Kita natin yung color coding, which is amber, meaning approaching. Titigil muna siya dito sa guard house. Pero nakikita natin na palapit na siya ng palapit sa atin. So ito may isa pa, white na kotse approaching, and yan, na-detect niya. So palapit na siya dito. And all clear. Green na. So, final thoughts on the Garmin Varia RTL515. Definitely, it's a product that I'd recommend. It's a very accurate and reliable early warning device. It goes without saying though na may kamahalan siya. So I did get this from TriTech Fitness Store on Facebook. Go check them out. Sa halaga ng 11,000 pesos. It is pricey at some level. But if budget is a bit of a constraint, it's nice to see that there are already alternatives available in the market, such as Magins, radar, and a light in one. Definitely, I'd recommend the Garmin Varia RTL 515. Ang thoughts ko talaga about it are, una, I was skeptical, but just like the reviews that I read about it, I now feel the same way na basically having experienced already yung benefits ng RTL 515, ayoko na mag-ride na hindi ko kasama yung Varia ko. And that's it for the product review ng Garmin Varia RTL 515. Hopefully we'll be able to review more products for you soon. Comment down below if there are any products that you would like me to review, and hopefully we'll be able to purchase those products and put in a review for that as well. So stick around for some close-up shots of the Varia in action, and thanks again for watching. Ingat!